Hello there. Welcome to part 3. Oh yeah, you're waiting. Let's get it started. All right, so we are back, and I'm going to I'm going to mute everything. I think that's turned off good. I'm going to mute everything except the lead vocals, right? I suppose I could have just soloed them, but okay. Mute the background vocals. So there isn't too much mixing that needs to happen here, other than, as I can show you very briefly, if I just solo them, these are doubled. So
every blessing tune my heart to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise.
okay, so the only thing I will do is pan this one a little bit, about 15 left, and then I'm just going to go over here and do about 15 right, just to give it some textures. So I think the first thing would be that well, considering I've done this already, the first thing is some effects. So I'm going to go ahead and open the effects box right here, and right now they're disabled. So here, this is my compressor and EQ. Okay. Now this I went ahead and used a preset because it's fast and easy. If there were some specific things I could go and adjust them, but there really wasn't anything else. I think there was already some done to it, so I just needed this. And then one of my new favorite plugins is called Air. It adds a little bit of air or the high frequencies to the recording, as you hear in a minute. And you can see right there it says bypassed. So let's go ahead and turn those back on, and I'll do them one at a time. So
Every blessing tune my heart to sing thy praise.
okay, and to even it out, let's add the compressor.
Streams of mercy never ceasing,
And then
call
some air.
for songs of loudest praise. Teach me ever to adore thee.
Now at this point we have two compressors running because we have the one right here on this, and then we have the one up on the master track, which is at a higher compression ratio, and that's so that really focuses the sound. So
Every blessing tune my heart to sing.
let's bring the piano in.
Praise. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me ever to adore thee.
Okay, sounding good so far. Now the next thing would be the other vocals here. So let's bring this in.
Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I've come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home.
Now what you should be hearing in there, or I shouldn't say you should be hearing it, but something you can hear if you listen closely is there's some low frequencies from a little bit of plosives. If you listen again.
Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by
Right there.
thy help I've come, and I hope by...
You see, by and hope, there's some pretty strong plosives, which if you have, which coming through my subwoofer were pretty heavy. So I said, okay, need to roll off about 100 and... Oh, I actually rolled off at around 196. So let's go ahead and engage those. It's again one at a time.
Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I've come, and I hope by thy...
Much softer. So now with the compressor in the air.
Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I've come.
Okay. So that's with air. Now, so that kind of brought out, I kind of left that the way it is, because you can tell the difference. So this one is more, they're both very sincere vocals. This one is a little more seasoned, obviously, more years singing.
Every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy praise.
And this one younger, you know, kind of the sincerity of youth, if you want to put it that way.
By thy help I've come.
And so I left it with that more, I almost want to call it a wide-eyed sound. As all things that probably don't matter too much to the listener, but for me they help in the shaping of the sound. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and do some work on the background vocals. Okay, because they come in the second verse here.
Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I've come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus sought me when a stranger.
So okay, so let's listen to this part without the piano.
Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God.
Okay, and let's maybe hear it by itself.
Sought me when a stranger.
Okay. And so for the background vocals, basically the same effect, sort of. Although, let's see, I did a background vocals preset, so there's a little bump in the lows, right above 50 hertz, and then kind of carving out these upper frequencies to leave the lead frequencies more room. So again, compressor to even it out because they're soft. I think I did a little bit of gain, yeah. And so turning it up but keeping it still compressed, so let's play that again.
Saw me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God, he to rescue me from danger interposed his precious blood.
Now, when I was listening to that, originally I just stopped at that, and I thought, well, because it seems like the beginning is pretty empty, so decided to go back and add a couple more parts. So I'm going to bring my vocals back in here, and we'll just play that section over again.
Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God.
So I thought that could maybe hint at a bigger size coming up, and I purposely did only 2 of the parts and not 3, and to bring it in subtly. Let's try here.
Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I've come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home.
And then a hint that the bass is coming.
Jesus sought me
So now, with that little hint that, because we have this bass part coming up here, which is just, you know, which adds, yeah, need to remember what I muted and unmuted. So we have that note, and then the hint that is coming up in here, of course, is the this is over in here. Arrive at home. And so that's a hint that up here is to grace. So the hint is that this is coming up. Okay, but that in itself needs a little bit of help. So a special concoction, once again, similar effect. I chose a wide male vocal, of course, because it's a male vocal. And let's see, did I turn on the ones on the baritone? Yes, I did. Baritone also, I forgot to turn these on. Okay, so let's see. So same thing, compressor, some EQ, a little bit of air. Some EQ for the baritone. I brought down the high frequencies and trimmed off the low ones because it's not really necessary. So that's why at this point in here, you just have that. So if I were to pull this off, anyway, very subtle differences in here, so that doesn't cut into what is coming. Okay, so let's see, did I turn them all on the tenor part now? This is what happens when you layer. This took me a few days, actually, a couple days of fine-tuning. So let's come back in here. Okay, good. We'll go to tenor. Okay, we need to turn on all the tenor effects. And same thing, compressor, EQ, air. I'm a big fan of air at this point because it just adds something. So if we go back in here and once again mute the low harmony and listen to that section right here.
Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the fold of God, he to rescue me from danger.
So, excuse me. So I made sure I just went down to just the tenor part in there. It's in order to not make it too thick. I just wanted to hint at this coming up. So now, let us play with that low harmony. Let's add in, once again, EQ, compression, air. And the EQ on this one is a little bit different. Here I'm boosting some of the low frequencies. Once again with the compressor to even out, because bass kind of tends to go up and down in volume. So you have the lower notes softer, and the higher notes are louder. So with that now, well, let's turn the effects off first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Or, let's just leave it. Okay, so you want to hear this. Yes, we are ahead of ourselves, aren't we? Okay, so we want to hear this like this with the harmonics. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Okay, that's good. Now we want it to sit really nice, so I'm going to put on the effects, and it just makes it. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Okay, a little over dramatic, but once again, we're pausing, and we'll start again with part 4. The conclusion of this yet unconcluded, boy that wasn't confusing, series on mixing this video. Make the song. See? I'm confused. Alright, later.